Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Dan here, and well, today I have another replay for you guys to see. This one was very interesting. It was with my fellow comrade Derek, also known as Airsoft Gamer. He has a YouTube channel which I'll be posting a link to in the description. He doesn't have any content yet, but to assure you guys, he will in the future. So if you're interested in airsoft-based stuff plus gaming, go check his channel out. He'll have content up in the future. Anyway, so him and I are both in our UE-57s, the Tier 3 French tank destroyer, the unpremium version. Well, unpremium tank at least. And this replay was very interesting. So right now, him and I are kind of discussing where we want to go at the start of this replay game. So we decide we're going to go to the right. And considering this is pretty much a Tier 3 game with just a few Tier 4s on each side, we're going to play a little bit more aggressively, but not too much, just because, well, we're in thinly armored French tank destroyers that don't turn very fast, and they're pretty bad. But despite that, we ended up having an amazing game, and you're going to see that in a minute. So we're both going down to this flank, and I'm getting a recollection towards my Su-85I review replay that I showcased, where same map and my entire team went to one side. So it was about this spot right here. I was like, yeah. It kind of looks like there are too many tanks on the opposite side. And yeah, now I turn around. So Derek and I, we've now gone all the way over to here in a relatively slow tank. These things do not turn very fast, and the engine power to these things is very, very poor as well. So now we got to go the whole way back to the base to try to intercept these tanks that are approaching up our lower flank. So scores are tied 1-1. Not that that really determines anything just yet. And the first of the enemy tanks is already reaching that rise. And it's just not going to go all that well, from what I'm guessing. So I'm getting back into position. We were here about 2 minutes ago, and we are just now entering into the action. So I have 6 stunts on this commander, because I have the female crew member, and I gave her 6 cents. So I've missed every single shot except for the first, and we've secured our first kill. Scores are tied 4-4, but it's not looking too good. They're pushing up into our base, and there's a strong lacking of allied tanks here. Luckily, this tank fires very fast, and I'm able to pick off yet another tank with the assistance of my comrade. And at this point, we are going to focus fire on several of the tanks over here. But, sorry, got a cold. Our allies are being whittled down. So, there we go. I've been spotted for the first time. We've secured 3 kills. But this isn't going to be it. Now, I've also noticed that the flank where all of our tanks were heading up has also pretty much become deserted. Just a few tanks left over there, and spoilers, they're both gonna die. And here comes our major threat, the Matilda. So, if you are a low-tier tank player, you'll know how hard the armor is of the Matilda to get through. So I'm telling Derek at this point, just back up, just get away from the Matilda. We're not going to get through that armor, not yet. And of course, I haven't brought any premium ammunition. Now, a Matilda I can get through with this penetration, but it is rather difficult, especially if he's at an angle. And considering we don't have a lot of health or armor to negotiate with, it's probably not going to work out all that well. So instead, we're just going to pour shots into this French tank. Derek picks up his first kill, so together we have claimed 4 victims in the French tank destroyer platoon of death. Sadly, we are still down by 1 tank, and we need to work on this Matilda. The problem with this tank, though, is it has almost no gun depression, so yeah, it's really hard to work with ridges. Luckily, I got my first penetrating hit on the Matilda, and with the relatively fast fire rate, I tried to go for the tracking shot there, but sadly I was unable to do it. Didn't penetrate. I've been spotted, but since the Matilda is backing up and trying to fire at the same time, he is unlikely going to be hitting me. Score another penetrating hit on the Matilda. Miss that shot. And the Birch gun finishes off the Matilda. Still down by one tank. And remember that flank I was telling you about how it was going to collapse? Yeah, it's also collapsed. Derek has beaten it to the punch, and he is now all ready for that flank. This shot is clutch. Completely unaimed, and manages to pick up the kill. We've secured 5 kills between us. And artillery is focusing down on us. We're definitely the targets at this point. So we're waiting for the T-46 to pull up. I am telling Derek at this point that I have 6th sense, so I'm able to tell whenever I've been spotted. So I'm going to try to use this to my advantage. And there is the T-46. My shot misses. Derek picks up the kill. And now we're going to focus on the Chi-He. I pick up the kill. And suddenly, the game looks like it's in our favor again. Panzer 1C is taking on a DW2, and this was very unsuccessful for him, just because he doesn't manage to pick up the kill and he doesn't manage to do a lot of damage. We're trying to decide which flank we want to go down. In hindsight, we probably should have gone down the flank we were going towards, but our Panzer 1C was likely going to need help, and if he died, that DW2 would just roll up into our base and probably kill our Birch gun. So instead we decide we're going to wolfpack and go to help take on the DW2. So the max speed on this thing, I believe, is 36 kilometers an hour, so we're kind of... I've got the upgraded engine, he doesn't, so he's kind of lagging behind a little bit. But if it weren't for us at this point, we probably would have lost this game, almost guaranteed. Together we've picked up 7 kills. And we're going to help take down this DW2. So I'm trying to figure out where Derek's going to be at, and I'm telling him at this point to try to go down behind the Panzer 1, and I'm going to try to get down behind the DW2. We're going to try to just confuse the heck out of the guy.
Target acquired. Critical hit.
Try not to ram this guy because I only weigh 2 tons, and ramming him would probably kill me. Birch gun finishes off the DW2, and I am trying to move frantically to avoid being shot by the 2 remaining artillery. Now, both of us do not survive this battle. Sadly, we both perish. But this is a victory nonetheless, because our Birch gun ends up securing the final kill and winning us the game. So we are now basically racing to try to... Well, I'm trying to get a top gun, but sadly this does not happen. But either way, victory looks like it's basically going to be handed to us at this point. I am leading our charge, and we're going to get 3, 2, 1, ambush. So I go down, and hats off to the, vest driver, General Von whatever. He manages to secure a top gun. Yeah, he does end up killing our Panzer 1C. Sadly. who at this point I'm like shouting at the monitor to keep driving, but ends up not making it. So this is basically the end for the replay. When we saw that the birch gun and the enemy artillery were all that were remaining, we decided we're not going to sit around and watch this. So we ended up quitting out, and we're surprised to come back after a failure of a tier 8 match that our birch gun managed to win the game for us. We have no idea what he actually did. I'm guessing he probably hunted down and killed the enemy artillery. But all around an amazing game. I ended up securing a mastery badge, Ace Tanker, on the UE-57, uh, and that was my third battle in it. So that was pretty crazy. Uh, anyway, I'd like to, huh? First class. Derek just informed me that he got a first class mastery badge in this battle as well. So, uh, yeah, that's basically it for this replay. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and if you guys want to see anything like this more in the future, where we kind of do cooperative videos more or less, let me know. And remember to check out Derek's channel, Airsoft Gamer. He will be posting stuff in the near future. Link in the description. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.